So that was Mr. Ishwinder Ratra joining us from Tokyo for a very, very nice session on inventing the future. जिंदगी में कई मुकाम आएंगे और जाएंगे, पर मेरा ख्याल है कभी भी उन्हें नहीं भूलना चाहिए जो हर वक्त हमारा साथ निभाते रहते हैं। वैसे ही हमारे स्पॉन्सर्स और पार्टनर्स के साथ के बिना ये मुकाम हासिल करना मुश्किल होता। इसलिए अब वक्त है कि मैं हमारे स्पॉन्सर्स और हमारे पार्टनर्स को थैंक्स करूं। In no particular sequence, I would love to thank our partner ISP. I would also like to acknowledge the contribution and support of our bronze partners, Hit Bullseye, Chitkara University, and NABARD. And I would also like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our silver partners, STPI and Pioneer. Our heartfelt gratitude also to our platinum partners, Government of Punjab and Startup Punjab. And lastly, how can we forget our gold partners? So a heartfelt gratitude to our gold partners, GIZ India and Punjab Technical University. Without their unconditional love and support, this edition of TiECon would not have been possible. और अब वक्त का इशारा है कि अगली सेशन की ओर बढ़ा जाए. So from what one of our esteemed guests, Mr. Pramod Bhasin, the first chairperson of the Punjab Innovation Mission, said yesterday, that no matter where in the world you go, if you are looking for Indian food, you will most likely find Punjabi food first. And just in the session before this, Mr. Ishwinder Ratra, who joined us from Tokyo, quite happily explained Tokyo de kone kone which Indian restaurant hai gaya. And that, I think, in itself is a testament to how far Punjab and its culture have traveled all over the world. You know, people dream of going local, but I think it's more fun and exciting to go glocal, that is global plus local. And that's what this session is all about, how to go glocal and win hearts everywhere that you go, much like our state, Punjab. But what does Punjab as a global destination really look like? Let's find out from our next speaker, Mr. Alok Shekhar, Principal Secretary, Investment Promotion, Industry and Commerce, Government of Punjab. Warm welcome to you, sir, and over to you to take this forward.
Thank you, Niharika, and good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you are. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So it's indeed my privilege and honor to be participating in this session of TiECon. And the topic itself is so interesting. Word that I had not heard earlier, Glocal, which is, as Niharika was explaining, kind of has been very long. We have participated in the last two TiECons in 2019 and 20. On various fronts, we have been collaborating with TiECon Chandigarh. And in 2020, TiECon GIG partnered with Punjab government to organize series of policy dialogues on business member organization and industry academia in Punjab. On the topic of Glocal, I would like to say that context is everything. Entrepreneurs must understand the universality of need and the importance of contextually appropriate solutions to problems. Once that is ascertained, the solutions designed to address local challenge can be scaled to the global level. Access to clean water, clean food, clean air are some of the universal needs of people. And startups that address these challenges in their local community can create a niche for themselves. They would certainly like to take their idea to the global arena because these issues are relevant to the global context also. We are starting to witness this start local, go global phenomena here in Punjab as well. A number of Punjab-based startups have won accolades at the international level. Some of them I would just like to highlight. Moon Farm, for instance, a solution for facial recognition of cattle, won a $30,000 worth of prize from a World Bank Group entity in the data analytics category in July 2019. A2P Energy Solutions won $100,000 worth of Global Makers Challenge 2019 under Sustainable Energy category during the Global Manufacturing and Industrialization Summit held in Russia. Agnext was one of the top 5 winners of Sustainable Agriculture Asia Challenge, Ag Asia Challenge, held at Rabobank in October 2019 in Singapore. Shock Soho, the first fashion brand from Punjab and India to get backing from American seed investor Y Combinator, has recommendation engines similar to those developed on Netflix and Amazon. These They started selling locally and are now exporting as well. So Punjab cabinet approved the new industrial and business development policy in 2017 to boost the industrial growth and economic activity with startup and entrepreneurship, being one of the significant pillars of industrial growth, and had also notified the detailed scheme and operational guidelines 2018, defining the complete process for availing fiscal incentives. And there are various fiscal incentives that are given to the startups who set up their businesses in Punjab. I'll not like to go into details of those incentives because those are available in the public forum. I would like to just highlight that Punjab is home to more than 400 startups working across various sectors such as AI, data analytics, machine learning, agri-tech, food processing, cybersecurity, etc. Some of the well-known angel investor networks are also active in the region, including TAI Chandigarh and Chandigarh Angel Networks, and the TAN, that is the Angel Networks, which are supporting the growth of startups in the region. The state government has been taking various initiatives to support startups and help create an entrepreneurial mindset in the state youth. In June 2020, the Punjab Student Entrepreneurship Scheme was launched. Under the scheme, all universities, colleges, polytechnics that have incubators on campus will provide for 20% attendance relaxation and 4% grace marks in academic courses for students who pursue entrepreneurship and innovation during their studies. The state government is also creating a process for encouraging budding entrepreneurs and to support young minds right from the idea stage to the prototype stage. The government has given preference to startups in public procurement and has exempted startups from criteria for past turnover and experience in government tenders. The Punjab Startup Fund of rupees 100 crore has been set up in collaboration with IK Gujarat, Punjab Technical University. The fund supports a startup across the state. 25% of this fund is earmarked for promotion of startups led by scheduled caste or women entrepreneurs. The draft operational guideline for the fund have been put up, is under consideration, and this will roll out very soon. The first 100 startups provisionally registered with a startup Punjab every year is also being reimbursed the state component paid at the time of registration of a company in Punjab. Stage startups, particularly in unprecedented times like COVID-19 pandemic, Chandigarh Angel Networks, in collaboration with the Startup Punjab, launched the Icon Accelerator Program in June 2020. This 6-week virtual startup acceleration program was designed to handhold startups into the next phase of their individual journeys through dedicated sessions and mentorship. It also gave startups the chance to pitch to investors to raise funds. State government will be launching more such programs in the next few months. To give further impetus to the startup ecosystem in the state, the Punjab cabinet, led by Honorable Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh in December, cleared the decks to establish Punjab Innovation Mission and Punjab Agnostic Accelerator, and would focus on some trust sectors like agri-tech, food processing, healthcare, pharma, biotechnology, life sciences, IT, ITES, gaming and sports, arts and entertainment, etc. A Punjab Innovation Fund of rupees 150 crore is proposed to be set up as well. The government's participation in this fund will be a maximum of 10% of the corpus, that is up to rupees 15 crores. The state government has also decided to guarantee 20% of the principal amount invested by the first 5 investors into the Punjab Innovation Fund at the end of fund cycle to further encourage private investment. The government will support the operation of Punjab Innovation Mission and Punjab Innovation Fund by providing the operational expenditure also amounting to rupees 10 crore for the first 3 years. The mission, the Punjab government has also provided 12,000 square feet of space dedicated to this mission and the accelerator on long-term basis for 15 years. And this is free of cost for the first 10 years. After that, there will be a nominal cost. So what I have been trying to state is that Punjab government has tried to encourage through its policy initiatives and through all the new, this missions, setting up of the missions to encourage and establish the startup ecosystem in the state, particularly in the vicinity of Chandigarh and around, so as to create more jobs and bring in more investment into this state. Because we firmly believe that that startups are one of the important factors for the industrial growth and also the economic development of any region, as it provides opportunities for fresh graduates to set up their own enterprise and also capture the entire initiative of the young mind and the thoughts that are there to crystallize them into business ideas. We really look forward to collaboration, continued collaboration with Chandigarh, and we'll look forward and we hope that there would be a lot of interest in this sector and this startup ecosystem in Punjab and Mohali and in Chandigarh area. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alok sir. A pleasure listening to you. And of course, it is wonderful and it is great to know the many initiatives that the Punjab government has brought in for the betterment of the region and to make it a truly global destination. And now, ladies and gentlemen, continuing the conversation, continuing the fact that Punjab indeed has become a global destination, we now transition into a very interesting panel discussion. It's quite an interesting and a mixed panel because we have representation from almost all areas, including the private sector, including corporates, including education, and including the government sector. First up, our first speaker on the panel is Dr. Madhu Chitkara, who's the Pro-Chancellor of Chitkara University. Next up, we have Mr. Kamal Oswal, who's the Vice Chairman and MD of Nahar Industrial Enterprises. And we have Mr. Rajneesh Agarwal, who's the Director of STPI in Noida. And moderating this conversation, this panel, is Mr. Alok Ramsasarya, CEO of Grazity Interactive. Alok sir, the dais is all yours to take the panel discussion forward.
Thank you very much, Niharika. As someone who was born and grew up here in Chandigarh, I think I am very happy to be hosting this panel about how to build global brands based out of the north of the country. I think we have arrived and are in the process, as Alok Shekharji pointed out, in terms of the number of incentives they have provided, in terms of availability of really good quality manpower, in terms of facilitation of new age enterprises by STPI. And Punjab, to my mind, has been the centerpiece of entrepreneurship in our country. In fact, I would go so far as to say that in our country there are 4 entrepreneurial tribes: Punjabi, the Rajasthani, the Gujarati, and from South Kannur district, the Kannadigas from that part of the country own a lot of the businesses around the country and a lot of the entrepreneurship that has happened historically. Today, we are uniquely placed for Punjab to take center stage. And I have a great panel. I am going to request Dr. Madhu Chitkara, who has been a teacher for my generation and many more. And today, Chitkara University provides training and education to one of the largest set of people locally in the region, and sorts out the problem of, where do you find trained manpower in all technical disciplines. I have Shri Kamal Oswal Woolen Mills, if you remember, way back, goes back to the time when OWM was the only sign of wool that we saw, and our mothers would knit sweaters from OWM wool. Uh, Internationally, from the beginning, recognized as pure wool, and also owner and creator of the very famous Monte Carlo brand, based out of the Manchester of North India, Ludhiana, representing, to my mind, some of the oldest entrepreneurial families of the region. And Sri Rajneesh Agarwal, who is the Director General of STPI in Noida, and one of the leading, I would say, accelerators of technical development in the region through the Software Technology Parks of India. In fact, all over the country, I can tell you, whether it was Bangalore when the STPI office first started, or here in Chandigarh, the STPI has played a human role in promoting technology industry, especially in the software services and IT enabled services space. So I have a very distinguished panel. I'm going to kick it off with you, Dr. Chitkara. If you can unmute and show us the video. And if you would like to share some thoughts, I did not give a very detailed introduction. I want to spend more time on hearing from you and what you are doing. Let her looks not belie her experience. She has over 42 years of experience. And like I said, people of my age were taught by Dr. Chitkara when we were in college. So, ma'am, what do you think, how important or what kind of role has Chitkara played? And how do you foresee you guys solving the people problem that we have been, especially in the technology industry, we have seen a lot of?
Thank you, Mr. Alok, for giving me this opportunity. And I think I must thank Punjab government and TIE for inviting me to share my thoughts on this topic. And it's of a great relevance and importance with such an esteemed gathering. I think well said by Mr. Alok Shekharji that number of students from Punjab have given global presence to our country. And if you see the whatever he was mentioning and whatever opportunities the Punjab government has given to the academia, I think we must appreciate their efforts, that this is a stage where they think of the academia also along with the industry. So if in my case, well said by Alok, I have been a witness to Punjab's growth and prosperity for the last 45 years. I came to Punjab from Delhi in 1975. So it is almost 45 plus years. I'm witnessing that how the Punjab and how the Chandigarh and the nearby Tri-City is working. So if you see myself experienced that brick by brick integration of society, economy and education in Punjab. And I'm very proud and honored to say that Chitkara University has also contributed a few cents towards this growth model and all other universities which are in the state of Punjab. So I will talk about the models, how we are working. So we at Chitkara University are totally committed towards making Punjab a dream destination for global students and ensuring the strong entrepreneurship culture. Because Mr. Alokji was also mentioning that the entrepreneurship is the need of the hour, where they should start creating the job for others instead of seeking the jobs. So I think this strong entrepreneurship culture in the state by mentoring, funding, and providing the required ecosystem to the budding startups. This is very, very important. So yesterday also, I think very many good speakers were there. So I was just listening to Mr. Pramod Bhasin, and I think Niharika also mentioned his speech, and Mr. Vivek Atre. So I got to understand that from Pramod's quoting, that he was saying that Nandan Nilekani, that why Chandigarh people prefer Bangalore as their startup destination and not their own Punjab. So this actually, I think, perplexed me a lot while analyzing Mr. Nandan comments, where he highlighted that better startup system, better startup ecosystem, and industry-aligned talent pool in Bangalore vis-a-vis Punjab. So I think we must work on these two aspects when it comes to Punjab as the next destination for investment and business. So Chatkara University has been working on these two aspects over the past few years. We started these in 2014. Actually, until 2014, we were just the teaching university, and from there onwards, our journey was very, very different. So there we created two ecosystems in our campus, namely Curin and SEED. So Curin is Chatkara University Research and Innovation Network, and primarily focused on societal and business aligned research, wherein SEED is Chatkara Center for Entrepreneurship, Education and Development. So these two centers, they are the strong pillar of Chatkara University. So when we talk about creating the ecosystem for innovation and research in the state, so these SEED and Curin are a great help to Chatkara University. So SEED is a center where we develop a mindset of being an entrepreneur while a student is in its academic tenure. So from day one, when they join Chatkara University, they have different paths to follow. And in this way, they can part of SEED or they can be part of Curin along with their academic delivery. So I think if you talk about big startups like Facebook, Google, Flipkart, and I think, and many more. So they are born out of the academic environment. So SEED has a structured setup where it has two entrepreneurship development cells, which are run by the students under the guidance of dedicated mentors. So the mentors are given to them, and once the student move out of the university, so till plan to continue their entrepreneurship projects, or they are moved to provided space at Chatkara University Innovation Incubator Center, or the incubation, if you talk about our incubation center, already 80 plus startups are successfully functioning from there. We try to give them the seed money, and well said by our chief guest today, they said that the Punjab government is also helping them out to take the license or to take the funding from them. So they have also made the systems very, very comfortable. So along with SEED, when you talk about Chatkara University Research and Innovation Network, so it is a glory of filing more than, I think, many patents are filed by this department. And these patents are serving number of industries, both at local and the global level, to solve the difficult problems with simple solutions. So I think we understand that it is very difficult for small and medium industry to establish the research center at their place. So with the CSIRO, you know that there is a department, Science and Industrial Research Organization, recognition from DSIR. So Government of India, we are serving the MSMEs to achieve the innovation in their processes and the product also. So we offer the testing facilities to the industry, to the government, and to the other collaborators. So I think we serve the industries, and I think you are from our industry, Mr. Alok, you must be knowing that we serve the industries with our laboratories and offer the testing facilities, which they can't afford to have in their small entrepreneurship. So we give them the testing facilities to evaluate the processes and their products also. So I think to support these two ecosystems of Chatkara University, we have given a strong funding to these two departments. And during lockdown, I'm very honored to say that during lockdown also, we came up with a competition which was no wait. And every year we do that. So in no wait, we called the students all over the country. We fixed 2 crore of the budget for this particular activity, and the ideas were called by them, which are useful to the industry. So I think because of this 360-degree efforts by bringing students, faculty, industry, and alumni on board, so we have been quite successful in achieving almost 100% placements for our graduating students. So I think when I see Punjab as a dream destination, I must appreciate the strong leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Amrinder Singh Ji, that he's very concerned about this ecosystem. Thank you, Alok, for giving me this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. I must say that we employ a large number of Chitkara graduates. So
thank you.
We are very happy with the kids who are coming out of college. We also appreciate the flexibility. I know one of my son's friends, got a job right after his internship in the third year. So the university accommodated him, allowing him to complete his degree while he was working. The other interesting thing, and I think Chitkara University has in the research cell, it's one of the largest filers of IP in the country. And that is, I think, something to be really proud of, apart from the initiatives around promoting startups. So in the true sense, Chitkara has been the seed from which many trees grow.
Thank you. Thank you, Alok.
The other, benefactor of especially the technology industry, software services, IT-enabled services, in our country, all over the country, has been the software technology parks of India. And we are very proud to have with us Rajneesh ji, who is the Director General of STPI Noida. The STPI in Chandigarh has particularly been very innovative. And, it is now with the data center, which is a unique proposition inside a semi-government, if I could call STPI that, institution in the country. And Neuron, which is their incubation, and which is now turning into a hotbed of AI and data analytics capabilities and startups, which I'm told that is now expanding. So STPI is innovative and supportive, and STPI in Chandigarh has, I'm told, been very path-breaking. And we can see that in the very nice campus they have built in Mohali. So Rajneesh, where do you see in terms of, where are Mohali in terms of exports? How can we make it the next global destination?
Yeah. Thank you, Alokji, for providing me this opportunity for speaking on this forum. And I also extend my gratitude to Government of Punjab and TIE for organizing this particular event for the promotion of IT industries in the country, or par se we say in the region of Punjab and around it. I also express my namaste or my good evenings to all the members on the panel and the audience virtually who are here to listen our talks, this thing. And the question which Mr. Alok has raised before me, it's very pertinent question for STPI. Because STPI's mandate is to provide, STPI mandate is to promote this IT industry in the country, and as a result, the exports from the country, this IT exports from the country. And for this, STPI has been taking a lot of step. Since 1991, STPI came into existence in around somewhere in 89, but fully became operational in 1991. And Mr. Alok has already mentioned about this thing about STPI. And STPI centers, first center came in Bangalore, then Bhubaneswar, then at other places. And in this process, this center, you can say for Punjab, Haryana, and adjoining areas, this center was started in 1998 in Mohali. And we are thankful to Punjab government. Initially, they have provided us some built-up space in which we have started this center. And later on, they provided us a plot, independent plot, on which we now shifted, where we have created about 1.5 lakh square feet facility, which is providing all state-of-the-art data center, incubation facility, and other kind of facilities. And as my question is that how STPI is looking Mohali as a next global destination for this export. So I will say there is a lot of potential and a lot of strength in Mohali to become next global destination for export. If we see that when we started this STPI center in 1998, at that time we have very handful of manpower, and the export from this region was something around 7 crore rupees. But now if we see that this region export is around 5,000 crores, and this industry provide about 40,000 employment to the professional which are on board in this particular tier 2 city. And again, if we see from STPI point of view, though it is a tier 2 city, but it is very, very important city for STPI after all this tier 1 city like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Noida, Gurgaon. Mohali has also very important role in STPI's priority list, and STPI is extending all kind of support, all kind of infrastructure, everything to Mohali so that the entrepreneur within the Mohali can grow and they become known globally so that they can do exports from this area. And if we see the location of Mohali, so it is very, you can say, very fertile kind of location from the point of view of this export. Mohali has international airport, and that as well as the railway station, other kind of connectivity is within reachable distance from Mohali. And near airport, Mohali has dedicated about 400 square acres of land for IT park, and where number of big companies like Infosys and other, they have taken plot there, and they are coming with their facilities there so that the export and export of services, ITES, can be nurtured there, can be export from this particular area. In addition to this, Chandigarh, or you can say Mohali, is known for clean environment. Then what I see that there is a cluster of academic and research institute like ISER, like IBS. There are a number of institutes. Whenever I go from airport to my Mohali office, I find a number of academic and research institute on my way, and that gives a kind of sensation and kind of realization that this area will certainly will grow and will have a global kind of you can say footprint, so that export can be improved from this particular area. And along this, I will just mention one or two things here. After that, I will stop my this address. Along with this, Government of India is also putting a lot of effort to make this global destination, Mohali, global destination. And we have set up under the Government of India's scheme of Center of Excellences. So we have set up this Neuron way back in 2019 in Mohali, in our center. Neuron is a center of excellence for nurturing a startup in the area of artificial intelligence, data analytics, ABG, etc. And in February 2020, we have shortlisted or selected some startup to nurture there. But after that, this COVID came, and now the things became delayed. But now again, we are back on that track, and we have done our second open challenge program, and we have selected some more than 20 startups. So the startup which we selected earlier, and these startup we are going very soon to accommodate them within the STPI Mohali facility, and so that they come out with the new products with the IPs and other things. And we expect that out of these, not these because this is a 5-year programs, and we are supposed to nurture about 250 startups over the 5 years program. So we expect that within this 5-year program, we will be able to bring at least 10% startup as a global kind of a startup, which has global kind of recognition with their IPs and patents. And this will certainly will enhance the export from this particular area. Other than this, government of India has given another policy, which is NGIS, National this Next Generation Incubation Scheme. And this policy also supports startups by providing seed funding and other kind of support, including mentoring ecosystem to the startup. This is totally different from Neuron. And for this also, we have done a kind of completed kind of selection process. And just before this meeting, I was in another meeting from 4 p.m. And in that meeting, we were finalizing the next course of action for this NGIS, the startup which we have selected, then how we can disperse the seed fund and this scholarship for interns for this NGIS. So these are the some kind of initiative Government of India through STPI is taking. And other than this, in 2019, Government of India has announced a policy called National Policy on Software Product under the guidance of our Honorable Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Sri Ravi Shankar Prasad. And this national policy on software products envisions developing India as a software product India. And there are number of incentive, number of, you can say, enabling environment has been provided in this policy in terms of nurturing about 10,000 technology startups in the country. And there are a number of initiatives which this policy provides, or this policy enables to entrepreneur to get benefit of that kind of thing. So I'm not going in detail of these policies because paucity of time, and otherwise these policies are available on MITI website as well. The interested people can go there and take this thing from there. And other than this, what I understand that Government of Punjab is also taking number of steps as Punjab Startup Fund has been created, which estimated about 100 crore rupees. And Government of Punjab has provided different kind of preferential kind of treatment to startup in public procurement, where they have waived off number of eligibility criteria. And they have also told the first 100 startup which will provisionally registered with Startup Punjab, they will get reimbursement of registration of company fee. So in this manner, the Government of Punjab is also providing number of this incentives so that the entrepreneurship can develop within this area, and this entrepreneurship can out of this few entrepreneurship can be transformed into global kind of companies so that export can be increased. So with this, I thanks once again Tai for giving me this opportunity to speak over here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alok.
Thank you. Thank you, Rajnish. I think Kamalji is stuck somewhere, so let's take this opportunity to discuss what else should we be doing to make sure that we are the next destination. I think some of the advantages that we probably do not advertise as well. I mean, within STPI, the amazing building that you guys have, the Neuron facility, the data center, which is hard to find, like I said, in the semi-public sector, and the focus on AI and tie-ups with AI training providers. I remember the Sabudh Foundation does some good work there. AgNext from the incubatee cohort has done really well in agri-tech, and is going global from the STPI. Madhuji, from your experience at Seed and the incubators that you guys support at Chitkara, are there any specific companies like this that you have seen make it to the national or the international stage?
Yes. I can give you one example. I think Agarwal sir was also telling about it, that they are funding and some of the startups are from Punjab. So one example is, if you see the Punjab, especially in Mohali region, so they have, our students have come up with the idea of the traffic lights, and that was all based on AI and ML, and I think that was the latest technology which they used, and they come up with the idea, and the government was very happy with that product, and they are using it. So I think these are some of the, and one is the Moksh. We have one product which is called the Moksh, and I think that went to the Punjab government also, and the President of India also mentioned that in his speech. And this is that you are very aware that Delhi always say and give the allegation to Punjab that whenever there is a stubble burning and then the pollution is in Delhi. So we came up with an idea for the agriculturalists that when they have to burn that thing, they don't have to do that, because we have an idea, we have a solution for it, and that solution is now used by them, and the end product of it is very, very cheap for them, and the end product of it is that we create coal from them, and that is given again to the industry. So I think in this way, if you see these ecosystems, so we are focusing towards the industry 4.0 requirements and day one industry ready. So in that way, when, for example, the people are coming to you, students are from Chitkara are coming to you for the placements, you know that they are ready from day one. And why they are ready from day one? Because we have made the curriculum and we have made the labs which are industry aligned curriculum taught by the industry certified faculty members. So I think when the labs are owned by an industry, latest was the Bosch has given us one of the labs. So they themselves are coming, and when the inputs are given to them, to the students, that is done by the industry. So in that way, we are very successful, well said by you, that placeable students are getting 100% placement in these industries, because from day one, they were part of making the curriculum. From day one, they were part of creating the labs in our institution. So if industry-academia interface is so strong, and if we work together very closely with the industry, the Punjab will be, still it is globally known, especially in Canada. I think 70% of the Canada is from Punjabis. And we are very jugadus, that we are very, very, I can say, very helpful to the people, and socially we are connected to the people. So in that way, if we see our academics also strong, then there is nobody that we can be behind anybody in the global level. If time permits, I will give you one example. Alokji, can I take 1 minute?
Yes.
So in our campus, we have for the last 10 years, we are doing a global week. Now, what this global week is, that in the month of October or November, we have a connection with 165 global universities. That is on the MOU with them. So the last year, because 2020 was not possible because of the lockdown, 2019, the global professors came from all across the world. You name any continent, they came from there. They taught our students, took one module with them, and globally, our reach and the reach of our state went to 165 universities all across the world. Wow. And in that way, now they have started working with, I mentioned in my note previously that why the global leaders are knowing something about Chitkara, and that to Punjab. Because when they came here, we took them to Golden Temple. We took them to all the places to be seen. So they knew our culture. They know that how the academics is done in Punjab government. So in that way, that connection has gone to globally, which is the need of the hour. And that is why I think this three seminars are done, to know that how the Punjab will be known as a global leader in education and in the entrepreneurship.
I think this alignment with industry that you mentioned, I have seen this in some other private universities as well,
Yes.
which I think is very unique to this region. That some of the other colleges around the Chandigarh region, I have seen that they have directly tied up with industry and hosted either a lab or a dev center or a center of excellence, so that the
Actually, that
children.
is why I'm saying it is not only done by Chitkara University,
Yes.
but all across the Punjab. We, if you see the infrastructure, you go to any of the university or any of the colleges in Punjab, you will see the best of the infrastructure. And the promoters have invested so much of money in the infrastructure, in the labs, and in the connections. So I'm not saying only, because it was a question that how Chitkara is working. Not only Chitkara, but you name any university, you name any college across the Punjab region, even whether it is Punjab Technical University, whether it is the medical colleges, or whether it is private universities, you name any, and you will see that they have done a remarkably good job in industry academy interface and in a global level. So every university has got a connection with the global. So that is why it's a joint effort of all the universities. We all are working together to give a Punjab a name at a global platform.
And I think that Punjab, people don't acknowledge, is actually at it has been a leading edge of innovation even when they first set up Punjab Technical University
Yes.
way back.
Yes.
And created, tried to solve the manpower problem at that point in time. Because when we were growing up, there were like 5 engineering colleges in the region, and that used to always be the complaint that, hey, where will we find the talent? I don't think that's a question anymore. The quality of the talent, because if the same Punjabi is going to Bangalore and taking up a job, the same Punjabi can now take up a job or be an entrepreneur here in his state and around. In fact, the other thing that you mentioned about all the private universities in the region, I think you guys are probably the leading filers of IP, but the second one is also from the region, right?
Yes.
Which is amazing.
It's very remarkable.
Private sector,
yeah,
having so many, so much intellectual property being created and filed. So on the, people.
And the employment generated, sir.
Yes.
So we have, I think, created so much of employment for the people around. Now, for example, not only Chitkara University, but other universities has adopted the villages nearby. So we have adopted 5 villages. We are giving the job to all the people around so that they become very comfortable, and it becomes a social responsibility for a university like us to help them out. So it is a win-win for both. So I think that is also have given a different ecosystem to the Punjab. I think that is also very good.
And I think the global connections that you mentioned, the Canada example, but even across the globe, I remember way back in Informatica, the founder of Informatica was from Chandigarh. He was actually Mr. Dhillon. His sister, I think, still lives in town. So we've had a lot of these global entrepreneurs with roots in the region, but they just found success overseas. And I think now we have the ability to create those successes here. And Rajneesh ji, you've been in this business. You've seen how different areas have grown. Would you comment that the government of Punjab is probably one of the most helpful when it comes to? I've seen some really strong initiatives, for example, from the Odisha government. The Bhubaneswar government hired the founder of Mindtree to come in and become their brand ambassador, and spent a lot of effort on IIT Bhubaneswar, for example. But the government of Punjab also, I think, has gone way out to encourage entrepreneurs to come, whether it is the IT city, the 400 acres you mentioned. Also, I remember IIT Ropar had a big incubation area allotted to them. You guys have done a lot of work. So would you say that government of Punjab is one of the more proactive governments in our country, the state governments, to attract?
Sorry. Alok ji, before Rajneesh ji will tell something, I will give you one example that during lockdown, our chief minister, sir, so he mentioned that requested all the universities to have a webinar, to have a Zoom sessions with all the industry guys, because he was very worried about that what will happen after the lockdown, the placements of the students from Punjab. So we called all the industry guys, 20-25 industry people, hardcore industries were there to interact with CM of Punjab And he took this initiative that where he talked to every industry that how the placement will done and how you will help the Punjab to grow more. So I think these are the initiatives which was taken by this state, which is very remarkable.
Rajnish, your comments and thoughts on this? You've seen across the country different state governments, so you have a very national perspective.
Indeed, I will. I agree with your this thing. Punjab government is taking number of steps or initiative, and as you have compared with the government of Odisha, I will say government of Odisha has started taking all such kind of initiative and steps long back, and they are now getting fruits of those steps. Okay, though I will say that in Punjab, these steps were taken after this Odisha, or you can say they were slightly late from Odisha, but now government of Punjab is taking number of steps. And as you can very well understand that this development of entrepreneurship, or you can say industry in IT sector, cannot be done in isolation in this thing, because we need good educational institute as Madam Chitkara was also mentioning many things about education, how education is helping in the growth of this industry. So likewise, this industry's growth is dependent on, it's a complete kind of ecosystem where we need a good educational system and good educational institute also. And then we need support from government as well as from the central government also. So if we see that in Punjab, if I can see, I was just searching some paper, there are number of good premier institutes which are in Punjab, and those institutes are they are in Punjab. You have IITs, you have Punjab Agriculture University, Chitkara kind of private institutes. Then I mentioned that ISER and ISB, all these kind of management, engineering, all kind of this, you can say technical expertise is available, and that will certainly pay some kind of expertise, some kind of fruits will generate some kind of fruits out of this. And if you see that government of Punjab is also putting lot of number of initiative, as I have mentioned in earlier also, as you have also mentioned, they have created 400-acre IT city. They have created a startup fund of about 100 crore rupees. They are giving number of benefits to startup in the form of either they are tangible or intangible form. They are making them eligible for the tenders where experience, turnover is required. And similarly, they are giving number of benefits to the startup. And government of Punjab also introduced this Punjab Student Entrepreneur Scheme, in which they are providing the campus which have this incubation facility, some kind of incentive to those also. And very recently, government of Punjab and this through Deepinder Dillo, they have approached us that we should create some kind of meeting with the industrialists who are in, say, Bangalore or in Hyderabad or in Gurgaon, so that Punjab government can offer them what incentive they are giving for setting up industry in Punjab. And they have done some 1 or 2 meetings also, and they have asked them to come to Punjab and set up. So this is the kind of thing where government is now going to the door of the industrialists instead of calling industrialists to their door. So this is a kind of thing which give industrialists a kind of trust in the government, that government, now the working of government is totally different. They are now coming to us, requesting to us, so why should not we go there and invest there? So in this manner, I see there is a lot of opportunity that this region will grow. And this region has very good advantage also. It is a kind of tri-city where Panchkula, this Chandigarh, Mohali, they have developed. Other than this, other cities like Ludhiana, Amritsar, they are also coming well. STPI is also coming out with one big center, big facility in Amritsar, and I hope by June that facility will be started. And similarly, it is very near to Delhi also. So all these factors very much contribute, and there is, I have no doubt that in the coming days or coming time, the Punjab will emerge as a leader kind of state in IT industry. Thank you.
Sir. I think one of the things that people sometimes, the proximity to Delhi that you mentioned is a key thing. In fact, one of the side effects we've seen during the pandemic is that real estate in Chandigarh has gone up significantly, because we see a lot of people looking to enjoy the fruits of a tier 2 city like Chandigarh. And interestingly, as you mentioned, we have within the Tri-City region 6 national level laboratories, whether it is PGI, IMTech, ISER, as you mentioned. There is also NABI, and Hyper, and ISB. And so one other interesting fact that I don't know if you noticed is that we are within 5 hours of 4 IITs: Ropar, Mandi, Roorkee, and Delhi. So it's easily approachable for 4 different highest level research and training education institutes. Apart from obviously the large volume of technically trained manpower. I mean, I was telling Dr. Chitkara before we started that we have a large number of children from her colleges, from her universities, both campuses, and they have done very well for themselves. They are very ambitious, very pro-learning. So the people problem that we used to plague Punjab 20 years ago does not exist. We have talent of all kinds. We have research facilities. We have incubators. We have a supportive government. We have an international airport. We cannot underemphasize the value of that. And also we have a very strong global connection in terms of the non-resident Punjabi. Not just non-resident Punjabi overseas, but also within India, right? We have non-resident Punjabis all over, whether it's the film industry, whether it is Calcutta, whether it is Bangalore, Chennai, wherever you go in the country, you will find Punjabis taking positions of authority everywhere. So we have the connections, we have the manpower, and we have the regulatory climate, which is supportive of entrepreneurship. So would it be fair to conclude that we are looking at really one of the best Glocal, and we have problems of our own to solve, whether it is the Parali problem that we are solving that you mentioned, Dr. Chitkara, or agri-tech, which is the grading problem that AgNIC solves, or some of the other interesting problems that some of these startups are solving, which are very, very local in context, right? The water quality problem, the issue that Punjab faces. And we have very interesting startups trying to target both for-profit and non-profit. So all things look to be on, as I said, strapping on jet engines for the region to grow as a global destination for entrepreneurship. With this, I come to the end of our session. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ty.
Thank you, Agarwal Saab. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Namaskar. Namaskar to everyone. And
I think we will close the session with thanks to all of our, and to Ty and all our sponsors for making this happen.
Thank you, sir. Can we leave the meeting now, sir?
I think so. You can leave.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
All right, sir. This brings us to the end of the session. Thank you, all the speakers.